Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. Let that be because me and my guest, we are actually, it's good morning for us, but for most of our audience, it's almost evening. So if you can hear me, just type hi or type hashtag live. Let me just quickly play with some settings, make it shareable and public. So today you don't want to miss this episode because if you want to grow your business, receive more referrals, and make a bigger impact in the world, this is the episode you want to watch. My guest today is somebody who is an amazing networker, virtual networker, and she's been doing this for 14 years. And not only that, she is an amazing coach. Now she's actually helping other entrepreneurs do that. So I'm not going to waste any time. So I'll just quickly introduce her and have her join the stream. So please welcome Terilee Harrison. Hey, Terilee.
Adil, thanks so much for having me today, be part of this live with you. You're one of my favorite networkers, and it's an honor to be here. Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for always helping and always agreeing to support me. I remember the first one, the first Facebook Live series. You were among one of the first few who actually agreed for it. So you always support, and I think this is what your speciality is. And this is something I want this audience to know. I mean, I'm from Pakistan, and I think I wouldn't be here if I think it wasn't for you because you were among those one or two people who actually supported me and encouraged me and introduced me to the network globally and especially in the United States. So I really want to thank you for that.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
So this is a new series. I mean, in this series, I understand I am inviting coaches, and what you do is not only relevant for coaches, but now, I mean, you have been doing this for quite a while, but you have added something where now you are helping and you're coaching your audience to actually have that sort of impact. But before jumping into that, can you tell us a bit about yourself, about your journey, how you got into this?
Oh my gosh, my journey is almost funny, if you will, Adele. And I don't know if you know some of the story of the journey, but worked in the corporate world for many years, and I was a commercial credit manager. And there came a time when I wanted more flexibility in my schedule when my children were young. And so I started to switch over part-time into financial services. I'd been dealing with money, and I thought that dealing with money would be a good thing. And that's when I first began networking. And you know what? I came to quickly learn that I love networking, Adil, more than I loved my work. Like I just loved it. So early in my days of networking, that's how I ended up. Someone invited me to do something to shift over into the industry. But I have to tell you, my first networking experiences, they weren't that great. Okay. My one story is my very first networking meeting. They didn't say it's time for 1 minute business commercials. They looked at me. I was the only guest to deal. And they said, Terry, would you tell us a little about yourself? And so I did. I think they let me ramble 3 minutes. I told them a whole bunch of things about me. I had no idea what they were doing, and then they stood up after and they gave these polished 1 minute commercials. And I was sitting there looking at them, and
Wow.
man, I felt dumb, right? But no one taught me, right? And then, second real quick story, first mixer I was going to. So lately we've been doing online mixers, but this was face-to-face mixer many years ago. I thought I knew what I was doing. I had all my stuff together. I drove up in the parking lot. Have you heard this story? I drove up in the parking lot, and I could see there was like a courtyard at the building. People were mixing and mingling. And I took one look at them, and I called my husband and I go, I'm coming home. I'll go next month. I just didn't have the guts. I didn't have the guts to walk in there and meet and greet the people. So I tell you these things because, you know what? They don't teach us networking in school. They don't teach us networking in school. We all learn by trial and error. And that's some of the beauty of in my working in this industry for so long. That's one reason I'm passionate about some of this stuff. I teach every day and will be teaching at the upcoming program. It's just because I don't want anyone else to feel like they don't know what they're doing.
Mm, that's amazing. So what changed? I mean, the initial struggles that you were having. So what changed? What made you this successful that you've achieved this much massive success when it comes to networking, especially virtual networking?
You know, really, some of it is just like when we start to work out. I know you're running, right? When you first started running, it might not have gone so great, right? But the more you run, the more in shape you get. And I think we have a
Yeah.
networking muscle. We have that confidence that we build all the time. And so that's what changed for me was I built my confidence and then was able to over time build relationships and help instill it in other people, right? And virtually, I think what the situation is that for me, I had dabbled in virtual networking 7 years ago, right? So, Jill, you probably heard the story of my colleague, James Fierce. And it was James who could see the virtual world. And James knew we would network online and on our phones and on our laptops and on the go. And so we brought Virtual Team on. We brought Team Referral Network online 7 years ago. I had brown hair. There's
Wow.
pictures of me on an iPad, networking with people from the state of Washington to Connecticut and in between, saying I love what I do, but technology wasn't ready for us. We were cramped in and on Google Hangouts with 10 people. You could never grow a group, right? And people definitely weren't ready. They thought we were nuts. So all credit to where credit is due. My dear friend passed away a couple years ago. I know James is smiling down on us now, though, going, I knew it, you know, that we would be networking online. And I came back into it 2 years ago when I had moved from Southern California to Singapore, like physically removed from my network and began doing some things online. And I said to Kelly Holmes, the founder of Team, hey, I want to try the online again. So yes, November of 2018, we held our first meetings. People still weren't ready. Zoom was available and more ready to handle more people. And really, as you know, it took the pandemic for people to really
Yeah.
take a look at it. They weren't willing. They felt they loved face-to-face networking and they didn't think they could network on a screen. But a lot of people have figured out now that it's not as bad as they thought. And the opportunities, Adil, you and I would not be sitting here today in Singapore and Pakistan.
Exactly.
And we wouldn't be
Exactly.
networking partners. We wouldn't have introduced the people we've introduced to each other if it wasn't for this opportunity, right? And it's just stunning and beautiful. The opportunities that are available to all, they've been available to all of us. We just didn't embrace them. And they're actually much easier than we think them to be.
Yeah, that's amazing. Actually, yeah, I agree because I think I told you this. I'm one of those people who really stayed away all my life from networking. I mean, I couldn't go to any networking event, especially the face to face one. I was part of a training and consulting firm, and this was like, I mean, we used to have three events where our sort of networking was part of that. So we used to organize all that, and I was the last person to agree to go there. The most I used to do was to sit at the registration desk, and once everything starts, I either stay out or I just leave. So I mean, virtual was very different. I think I was very comfortable, and I really enjoyed this format. And we have Kimberly watching, and she's saying, I mean, she was hearing your story, and she said, "I love that." And yeah, so thank you so much for the support, Kimberly.
You know,
So
this is a
yeah,
great example, Adil, super quick before your next question of you had introduced me to Kimberly. We're chatting tomorrow, and here we are just connecting here for a minute, and she shares our love of networking too. Like, this is the power of it, the power of it. Mm.
yeah, that's so true. And Kimberly is also, I mean, another amazing networker. She has a very wonderful and amazing community. And I would really ask Kimberly, you can share the link of your group over here as well in the thread. I mean, I think it's an excellent community. So yeah, back to you.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
were we? I don't
So
know. I'm excited. Go ahead.
yeah. So I mean, Terry, just as quick tip, I mean, I have seen two sort of people. I mean, I've interacted with people who are actually they enjoy face to face more, and they are not really comfortable doing the virtual one. So what's your one message or one tip for them? And also, I mean, there are those who are not doing it. So these are the two sort of people. What are your tips for them? Just quick
Mm.
one tip.
So My tip, and this is especially I want to speak to those who have not dived in yet, and they have a borderless boundary business. So like you never need to meet a client face to face to serve a client. Okay. I just want to encourage you to give it a chance. There are many networking options out there. Adil and I would be happy to invite you into a meeting, where a small
Yeah.
meeting, even just to get your feet wet and just say, hey, I'm going to try this. I'm going to come online. I'm going to meet a few amazing people. We have larger events as well. But I just want to encourage you to give it a try if you haven't. And even if maybe you had a bad experience and so you're not going back, you know what? Try one more time, because it continues to evolve and change. And our maturity as virtual networkers is evolving and changing. Many of us just began doing this within the last 12 months, some of us more recently, right? So give it a chance. Give the people a chance. And I think that we might be pleasantly surprised. Out in this virtual world, there are stunning people doing extraordinary things. They're moving forward, reaching their goals, serving people, and they're amazing people for you to meet and connect with. So please don't discount it. Now, if you have a business where you need to network and build in your own town or city, of course, face-to-face networking, if that makes sense for you, and we want to encourage you. I don't think face-to-face networking is going anywhere. I think now it will involve, it's both and, right? You can do local and online, and it just depends on the balance of your business and where you want to grow your clients.
Yeah, I think I heard this term. I mean, another networking group where I regularly go, and they've been like, for their meeting, they are sort of thinking about experimenting the hybrid model, so that
Yeah.
those who are not there in person, they can join to their meetings. So I think that would be exciting too. And yeah, I think, I mean, you mentioned this mini group that we do networking with. I mean, last week, I mean, we have quite a few guests, and some of them do have their regular virtual meetings and all that. And after our meeting, I went to one, and the, the guest, they were really appreciative of how organized and structured that meeting, our meeting was. That they really plan on implementing few things that they kind of get inspiration from. And I mean, it was so heartwarming, and it was so nice to see. I mean, how people have those abundant mindset, and they are really looking to add value in their thing, and they are ready to learn. So I mean, just jumped in and volunteered that I'll be there to help them with structuring whatever sort of help that they need. So I think it was really, I mean, all credit goes to you for doing that, because you hosted that. So that really inspired them. And that quickly, I mean, want me to jump to my actual next and the final question. I mean,
Yep.
there's this program you are doing. Can you tell us a bit about that program? Who is it
I
for,
can.
and who's, and yeah, and what, I mean, how they're going to benefit from this?
Sure, sure. Thank you for asking, by the way, and thanks for the opportunity. So the example I gave of my first networking when I didn't know what to do, right? I am launching the High Impact Networker 6-week online boot camp. It's an opportunity for us. We're going to roll up our sleeves a little bit. How many of you? This is for business owners who are doing networking. It can be face-to-face or virtual or both, right? But how many of you show up at a meeting, you aren't prepared for what you're going to say in your commercials, you prepare your presentations at the last minute, right? You're winging it, you're totally winging it. And the thing about winging it is with wing it efforts, we get wing it results. Well, we're going to pull up our sleeves and we're going to work on having an amazing 1-minute commercial, an amazing pitch. We, over that time, are going to prepare, I call them big asks, and Adil knows this and he's seen this, but big asks. We're going to be prepared for up to 12 big asks. We're going to begin building power partner relationships and begin doing it within the constructs. Like it's not a ton of homework, everyone, but what it is it's the things that we should be doing for our networking already, and we just haven't done yet. So the beauty of having everything prepared is you can literally, when you go to network, maybe you're an online networker, I keep my networking notebook, right? And keep that notebook, keep my asks, and just pull out, and I can know ahead of time, these are some of the top things I'm looking for. I can articulate it well. And when we ask for things in the way that people need to hear it, they will deliver for us. Like I believe last week, Adil, you asked, please tell me I'm right. Health and wellness people, people that are going into coaching, right? Some
Yeah,
people ask for podcasts. The more specific we can be, the more that people can help us. And so we're gonna, pull back the curtain on what are some of the most successful ways to get that message out. And we're gonna dive in and do the things, be accountable, have fun, it's a small group setting. So not only do they get to have time with me, to mentor them along the way, but you're going to get to go along the journey with other business owners. I can't help but think that I think there'll be business done even with the people in this group because we're going to get to know each other so well. So it's an exciting time. And why should we continue to wing it in 2021, Adil? Doesn't make sense, right?
exactly. Yeah. And honestly, yeah, this is something I learned from you, and I think after our last meeting, we had this conversation too. So even I tried making it more specific that now I want to work with those health, or my ask is for those health and wellness practitioners who really want to quit their jobs, so and start their own coaching practice. So I added one more element to make it more specific.
Yes. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And yeah, so I mean, so can you tell us the name? Is this the name of your boot camp?
It is. It's for those who are ready to make a greater impact in the world. It's a high impact networker 6-week online boot camp. I think you have a date, right? It starts soon.
Yeah.
It starts on Wednesday, April 7th, which is Thursday. That's in North America, Thursday, April 8th, over here, more in our part of the world. I'll give you the times, but you can participate live or catch the replays if you need to. It's 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's 6 weeks. There is a bit of homework. I've had people say, how long does it last, right? Or how much homework is it? And it's not too much. And here's the thing, it's a journey. So do what you can in between. And if you need to catch up with some things later, you can. I promise it's not overwhelming, but it will stretch you because that's what this is all about, stretching and growing.
Yeah. And I request that kindly share the link where people can register
You sure
for this.
can.
Okay, on this Facebook Live, I mean the thread, you see, I mean just share the link over there so that those who are interested,
Yeah, sure.
they can do that. We have
Yep.
Gaurav Singhal. He say I want to be self-employed. That's amazing. So start networking. You
Mm,
need to meet Terilee. You need to interact with Terilee and make sure you're connected. I
mm,
think having a
I
network,
love
I
that.
mean, this is something, one of the first few trainings that I had when I entered this training in consulting industry 10 years ago. The line that always stick with me is that your network is your net worth.
Mm-hmm.
So start building on that. So,
So true.
so
So true.
So yeah, and okay, it's a 6 week program you said. So it happens on weekend, or
It's
how do you
Wednesday.
roll this out?
Wednesday is North America time, and Thursday for more in our part of the world. Mm-hmm.
So once a week there is this class, and it goes for 6 weeks.
Yep.
And so okay, and there's this investment
You know,
details.
there is an investment, and it's $497, and that investment normally applies for our virtual team members. That's a virtual team price. Non-members are $797, but a deal to you and your amazing networking friends. Your friends can come in at the virtual team price of $497. And for anyone that's joining that would be concerned about that, I can take payment. So please reach out to me. Please reach out to me. I would like to help you come in, help you begin to get your messaging clarified so that you can begin getting the referrals that you're looking for. Imagine, just ask yourself, how much do you earn for one extra client? How many clients would you have to gain to recoup your investment?
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. And those who are watching, and I would highly, highly recommend taking this boot camp. And if you have any question, you can also reach out to me. I'll connect you to Terilee, but I mean, in this thread, and she'll be sharing the link. So reach out to her. She's one of those always open, approachable, easy access people you'll find out online. So make full use of it. Uh, Thank you so much, Terilee. I wish you all the best for this boot camp,
Thank,
and have a nice day.
thank you. Thanks for the opportunity and nice to see everyone.
Yeah. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Goodbye.